This is Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by former two-weight world champion and high bet brand ambassador himself, David Haye. We heard the other day about BOXXER joining the BBC. You obviously worked with TNT and other companies. One, would you be interested in working with BOXXER on the BBC as a pundit? And two, what do you make of that move?
I think any boxing outlet is good for boxing. I think boxing is on it's at the peak of boxing at the moment. And if you look at viewing figures, if you look at the fighters, the champions who are fighting each other, the consistency of the fighters fighting regular, boxing's in a great place. And if BBC, because there's a lot of people who might not be able to subscribe to the platforms currently to watch boxing, it's not a cheap sport to follow. So if they're getting good quality boxing on BBC, that just helps. It just stimulates the boxing economy. I think that's great. If there are fights, I want to see. I'd love to commentate on them. I like to commentate on fights I'd actually want to be at. I only kind of go, I only do the fights I want to be. I want to see. So if they put some amazing fights on, it's of course I'd love to be there. I like to be there ringside, seeing the best, the future coming through.
And finally, on fights you'd probably want to see, or I don't know if you're going to go to the fight, but Canelo and Crawford on September 13th in Las Vegas. I know you've been in the gym before with Crawford. What do you think of that fight and him as a fighter?
If anyone can do the impossible, and that's beating Canelo, I've been a fan of his for a long time, and likewise with Crawford, I never thought there was a version of reality where they'd both be in the ring of each other. I initially automatically assumed because Canelo's obviously beaten, because he was the light heavyweight champion of the world, undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. He's just campaigned at a much bigger weight, so a good big and beats a good little one usually. Until I saw them standing next to each other, and they looked the same size. I couldn't quite figure it out. I was like, okay, if they're the same size, then it's literally pound for pound. Who's pound for pound better? And that's it. They're both pound for pound fighters. A lot of people have got them one and two, and I favoured Canelo starting off, but over time, I'm starting to think once again Crawford is one of those guys where he reminds me of kind of Andre Ward a little bit, their mindset, and he wouldn't put himself in a position if he didn't know for sure he had enough firepower to deal with someone of Canelo's stature and Canelo's history. But it's the two best fighters on the planet mixing it up. It's like it's one of those dream fights. It's a proper trades fight. That anyone who's interested in boxing want to see two living legends going at it. Yeah, I can't believe it's actually happening. That makes sense because they're so big in their own right. The fact that fight would never have happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It just wouldn't have happened. But now anything's possible in boxing. Anything's possible.
And Crawford said that he keeps getting asked, "Do you think you can knock out Canelo?" And he keeps saying that he's not looking for it, but he feels like if he can land the shot, he's coming up in weight. He's the quicker fighter that he could potentially catch Canelo with a shot he doesn't see coming. Do you see that? Do you see?
I think they've both got the firepower and the experience and the finishing to beat each other. If one of them gets hit with a massive shot, it won't just be one shot. It'll be one shot followed by three, four, five, six shots, and at least someone's going to go down. That I can see that happening both ways. They're both that good. They've both got great chins, but once again, something's got to give. Something's got to break on one of them. And who is it that has less miles on the clock? Who is it? You know, they're both proven they've got the heart and they've got the punch variety. They're both like if they were computer games, everything could be at sort of near the top. Everything was like it'd be 9 and 10 out the whole way across the board. Defensively, experience. It's every single element. They're two perfect boxers mixing it. So you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. I can't pick a winner. I was picking Canelo to start off with until I started thinking about it and seeing them next to each other and thinking, okay, I was just in my mind thinking there was 3 or 4 inches difference in size and they looked the same. They looked the same.
Hmm. Well, yeah, we'll see what
Uh,
happens the 13th. David, I appreciate your time. I've seen your sons are smashing it at the moment. Your son just joined on.
yeah,
How's it feel seeing them not following in your footsteps, but both looking on
Mm.
to be sportsmen?
Yeah, sport's great. Any child, whether you're going to be a professional sportsman or not, should do a sport. They should focus on a sport: rugby, football, hockey, whatever it is, tennis, whatever it is that's available to you. You know, kids need to do a sport because it gives you so much foundation and understand your body, keeps you healthy, and that obviously that's what you need. That all we are is our body. So the fact that my kids have decided to, follow the sport and really dedicate themselves to it is, it's music to my ears, and it's a very proud moment when their sporting accolades get recognised, and they're in the groove, they're in their journey.
Yeah, great stuff, David. Appreciate your time, and yeah, check out highbet.com. Link in the description. Appreciate it.
Catch you guys soon. Peace.